In his first 3 NBA seasons, after being selected first overall in the 2002 NBA draft by the Houston Rockets, Yao Ming only missed 2 games. After that, a series of foot and ankle injuries took their toll on the 7'6" center out of China, and he would be forced to retire in 2011 after playing in parts of 8 seasons for the Rockets. What made Yao so special and unique at his height was his incredible touch. Although he moved very slowly around the court, he had a graceful style of play. When posting up, he would use his length to shoot right over the top of defenders. He had a beautiful turnaround fall-away jumper going baseline or toward the middle as shown here. From the 2002-2003 season through the 2008-2009 season, Yao made the most shots from 4 to 10 feet out in the league, with 914 of them. And he had a soft touch on his baby hook shots with either hand. During that same time frame as mentioned before, he led the league in hook shots made with 646 of them. He ranked 7th in total points in the paint in both the 2004-2005 and 2008-2009 seasons. When he got close to the basket, it was like an automatic dunk. He didn't have really any elevation, but because he was 7'6", it almost looked like he was able to dunk, barely getting his feet off the floor. There was just no hesitation when he went up. He also had great hands, so he would catch a lot of interior passes, or sometimes even off ricochets. He was also great at throwing down dunks off offensive rebounds. He totaled 582 dunks in his NBA career. In 2004-05 specifically, he had 126 of them, tied for 7th most that year. With his outstanding touch, he was a great free throw shooter for a center. He got to the line a fair amount, with an average of 6.1 foul shots per game in his career, and he shot 83.3% from the stripe. This is pretty fascinating. So, among all players 7 foot and above who averaged at least 6 free throw attempts per game in their careers, Yao had the best free throw percentage. Second on that list currently is Joel Embiid, who's at 82.6%. Now, he didn't average a lot of assists, but Yao was an underrated passer. He was good passing out of double teams from the post, which led to a lot of open looks for his teammates from 3-point range. The Rockets were one of the better 3-point shooting teams in that era. Also, sometimes from double teams in the post, he would find guys right around the basket. And he made some fantastic reads when surveying the floor while facing the basket. Ironically enough, the game when he scored the most points in his career, which was 41, was the same game when he dished out the most assists, which was 7, and that was against the Atlanta Hawks on February 22nd, 2004. Yao was a decent shot blocker, and what the Rockets were best at during the mid-2000s was protecting the paint. They in fact ranked number 1 in the league in limiting opponent points in the paint for 4 straight seasons from Yao's second year in the league through his 5th year. Houston was also exceptional at preventing opponents from scoring much in transition. The Rockets, with Jeff Van Gundy as their head coach, ranked in the top 6 in defensive rating each of those 4 seasons. Turnovers were somewhat of a problem for Yao, especially when he didn't keep the ball up high enough in the post, as that was when he got stripped a lot. He averaged at least 3 turnovers 3 times in his career. Even though he had a great shooting touch, he almost never took 3-pointers. In fact, he took just 10 of them throughout his career, making 2 of them. That was just the era he played in, where centers weren't expected to extend their range. If he played in today's game, I think he'd have more of a Brook Lopez-like effect for his team, where he would stretch the floor, but also go to work inside in mismatch situations. I just believe with his shooting touch, he'd be a reasonably good outside shooter in today's brand of basketball. Yao was named an All-Star all 8 of his NBA seasons. He's one of 45 players to be named an All-Star as a rookie, but only one of 2 this century, with Blake Griffin being the other. In 486 games in his NBA career, He averaged 19 points, 9.2 rebounds, 1.6 assists, and 1.9 blocks. He's one of 17 players 7 feet or above to shoot at least 50% from the field with at least 6,000 shot attempts. So that'll wrap up this video. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe.